Breaking news right now as we monitor the Wallow fire. 2 more communities are on standby to evacuate. Just hours ago, people in Sunrise and Greer were forced out of their homes. Now people in Springerville and Eagar are packing up their belongings, waiting to hear when they might have to leave. We have live team coverage, starting with ABC 15 Steve Irvin in Springerville. And Steve, this is the 3rd largest wildfire in the state, and it's my understanding there's a lot of concern there tonight.
Yeah, this is a community on alert here tonight, Chris, and at this point it seems an evacuation is almost likely as this fire is moving very, very quickly, and we are expecting the same sort of weather conditions tomorrow. I want to show you a map now of this area right now, and this is actually the fire line from yesterday, this map here. The fire moved about 5 miles to the north today. It did that in just about 5 hours, and if it moves another 4 miles to the north, here's Springerville and Eagar, it will hit a trigger point for that evacuation tomorrow, and the evacuation will go out to all 7,000 people living here. As you can imagine, it is a daunting task letting everybody know about what's happening, and tonight police were literally going door to door.
We're doing pre-evacuation notices. This is not asking you to leave your house at this time. This is just asking you to be prepared. They have a trigger point up on the mountain, and it was pretty nasty today with the wind and everything. If it passes that trigger point, we're going to come back in and we're going to ask you to evacuate at that time.
Now, what they're asking residents to do is to take that piece of yellow tape that they've all been handed and actually tie it to a fence post or a doorknob on their house so that police can know exactly who's staying. And there are people who will refuse to go, and police are very, very concerned about that. Meantime, we want to get you up to date on the size of this fire. Right now, it stands at 229,000 acres. Those are the latest numbers from today and the best estimates that they have, but those numbers are expected to change by sometime tomorrow morning. 2,500 firefighters are battling this blaze right now. It is 0% contained. Right now, they're reactive, trying to make sure they just protect homes and property. And the good news, just 5 buildings destroyed here, most of them rental cabins, no major structures, nobody's home at this point destroyed. A lot of concern at a public meeting a little bit earlier tonight over at Springerville High School. Hundreds packing the auditorium there, talking to those, learning more about just exactly what this fire is doing. A lot of people have concerns about things like where to pick up their mail and evacuating livestock. A lot of people have horses and cattle in this region. There's contingency plans for all of that. And a lot of people are packing up and moving as well, getting ready to come on out. And Tim Vetcher has been talking to some of those folks tonight and getting ready with the preparations there. Tim, I guess a lot of people never thought this would ever happen.
Yeah, you know, Steve, it's an agonizing choice. What do you take? What do you leave behind? Literally thousands of people tonight here in Springerville and Eagar are having to make that extremely difficult decision.
That makes her a little excited.
Karen Rogers took one look at the plume of smoke out her window and knew right away she needed to prepare to evacuate.
It's traveling too fast, you know, and if the wind keeps up like this, it's, you know, who knows how much time we have to, you know, safely and logically get out.
With wind speeds up to 50 miles an hour fanning the flames, fire officials put out a pre-evacuation notice to people living in Eagar and Springerville.
It's just surreal. I mean, can't believe it's actually happening. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say, it's just crazy.
In other words, you don't have to leave just yet, but may have to real soon.
We have family in Wallow, and we'll head over that way, and I sure in heck hope it doesn't hit that far.
At the nightly public meeting to update the fire's progress, the sheriff's office pleaded with the crowd to leave when the time comes.
Have a little piece spot out over here.
Kelly Gutierrez and her family plan to head to the valley to stay with her mom in Gilbert.
I'm really sad and I'm really scared and upset, and that's our mountain. That's, you know, in the summer we go get wood and we go camping, and that's gone. You know, it's starting to set in now.
They're just all filled with pictures and precious stuff.
Karen plans to head to the valley as well. She has her bags packed and ready to go.
The grandkids are excited to go swimming in the pool.
Hopeful to come back to her house exactly as she'll leave it.
We're taking, you know, what we're going to need for a week or so, you know, guns and jewelry and that kind of stuff. Other than that, everything is just replaceable.
And getting back to what you should take and what you should leave behind, Steve, fire officials are actually asking people tonight to take their portable propane tanks with them to whatever location they're evacuating to.
Yeah, don't want to leave any fire hazards for the firefighters who may have to come into this community. Tim, thanks so much.
Sure.
Meantime, some people are actually being asked to stay behind, namely the workers at the power plant here, the Springerville generating station. It sits just outside of town, but it could play a crucial role in this, and here's why. When the smoke gets really, really thick, a downed power line can actually cause an electric arc that could cause damage and could even injure firefighters. So those workers may be asked to actually turn off the power to this town, something that could prove difficult for anybody who chooses to stay behind. Meantime, we got a first look today at some of the damage left behind in some of these burned out areas. The Director of Economic Development for Apache County actually took us on a tour, showed us some of the pictures that he took behind the fire lines. In some places, he said it was sheer devastation, but in other places, not as bad as he thought.
I was very encouraged, and that's the reason I would like to get the message out to people. I think that when this is over, we're still going to be open for business because we're still going to have a beautiful place to come.
And one other picture we want to show you tonight, the aircraft on the fire lines here. They were not able to get up in the air right now because of these 40 or 50 mile an hour winds that were gusting up there. In fact, they even said they had a close call. One tanker actually dropping its load and then having to go to full power just to escape the canyon because of the wind effect and because of the low altitude that they often have to fly at. Gives you a reminder of just how dangerous these firefighters' jobs can be. So what's next for tomorrow then? Well, one of the big concerns here is going to be that possibility of an evacuation. If the winds kick up, again, it could be a matter of 4 or 5 hours into tomorrow when we see the evacuation order go out, and at that point folks are being told head to Wallow, head out of town, don't go near this fire. But it's going to be a hairy situation. 7,000 people being asked to leave. Chris?
And Steve, let's hope Mother Nature steps up and provides some relief. Steve Irvin reporting live. Steve, thank you so much for that in-depth reporting. I know that you'll keep us updated. We want to show you a new picture just coming into our newsroom. Take a look at this. Steve Powers sent this in. He's a commercial pilot, and he took the picture from an airplane while flying over the Wallow fire at about 35,000 feet. You can see all of that smoke stretching for hundreds of miles, and we're keeping our crews on standby in Springerville so we can bring you breaking developments as they happen. So count on ABC 15 and ABC15.com to keep you informed throughout the night. And now our team wildfire coverage continues here in the Valley. ABC 15's Corey Rangel is live at the Mesa Gateway Airport, where a dispatch center is now set up to help out with the Wallow fire. Corey?
Chris, about 60 firefighters from out of state are expected to stay here tonight before headed out to the Wallow fire in the morning. Behind me, you can see some of them getting their cots set up for a brief sleep here tonight. The crews just started arriving about 15 minutes ago. Now, this is essentially a pit stop for firefighters. Once here, they'll find out where they're needed and what their assignment will be. Firefighters from California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, South Dakota, and Kansas have all come through here to recently help the state out. Now, a section of the center has also been set up to provide support for the Wallow fire, not only with firefighters, but also with equipment. They're sending engines from this area also out east. Now, I just got the chance to talk with a firefighter from California who tells me this is like a business trip. They're here to do a job.
Feel like you guys can make a difference here?
Oh yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try.
And what do you know about this fire?
I know it's big. That's it. So we just got a resource order and we're here, and that's it.
These same conditions exist across Arizona, and for people that are going out and enjoying their weekends and starting their summer vacations, to really be careful and look out and make sure you're not one of those ones starting the fire.
And as this group of firefighters prepare to head out in the morning, I'm told at least another 160 firefighters are expected to check in here tomorrow. So as the Wallow fire continues to grow, so too does the resources fighting it. We're live in Mesa. Corey Rangel, ABC 15 News.
Corey, thank you very much. And we do have a fire weather watch in effect for tomorrow. Meteorologist Allison Miller is tracking that, and she'll join us in just a few moments with an update.